Welcome to the Open Outdoors YouTube channel. If you're here to watch me build a hut, sleep in it overnight, in the North American winter, with freezing conditions, then you're at the right video because I'm going to show you exactly that. This piece of wood here is pretty much just going to be like an X frame that's going to be out in front of the door for my little survival shelter that I'm creating. So I'm just going to need to lash these two beams together and then I'll continue showing you what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to have to do a bit of thinking. The way you're looking is south, and I've been informed that there's a big blizzard or something coming up through there that might be coming through here tomorrow. So strategically I need to think of where the hut's door should face that won't face anything too dangerously cold. Right behind you is Canada, so that's going to also be very cold air coming from the north just generally. So I'm thinking I should either face the door east or west. Just need to make a decision on that. Maybe I could put the door behind a rock or something to give it a little bit of shelter. That's just what I'm thinking right now. This is a very important decision that could affect how warm the shelter is. So either face it towards Canada, face it towards the blizzard, or face it into a rock. I've got the hut facing west. The storm's coming from the southeast, so just so it doesn't face it directly. And then we can avoid those Arctic winds. Okay. Next step. Just take them out here. Now these are going to become the first layer of insulation for my hut. Now this may look really bad, and I understand it is, but I'm hoping that my plan will come together. Fingers going numb. Chuck them back into gloves. Oh, now I got something in my glove. The temperature right now is -6 degrees. And the wind chill could be a little bit colder. So at the moment it looks like a big pile of pine, but it's not finished yet. So we've still got all of these maple and oak leaves everywhere. And I'm intending on gathering those up and chucking them on top of this hut. Crap, splinter. So the hut's becoming more of a livable standard now. It's got leaves all around it, pretty much. It's been snowing a bit. We can see patches of snow here and there. Snow is slowly coming down on the ground. This side still needs a bit of work, to be honest. So I'm going to chuck more leaves on that. But I just wanted to let you guys know how I'm doing. I've been doing this for about 2 hours now, and it's getting along well. Looking forward to sleeping in it. I reckon I'll let you know when I've completely covered up the actual outside, the hut. I don't know if you can see little twinkly, sparkly kind of bits of snow falling right now. Yeah. You still feel my face, that's good. Alright, let's continue. After being a human leaf blower for about the last hour and 45 minutes, I have actually completed the hut. I'm going to make the call now that I probably can't light a fire out here. These leaves are bone dry. It hasn't snowed in like almost a week now. Today's date is the 9th of January, and if you look back in the news when this thing finally posts, There's a lot of fires in California right now. I think it's been a very dry winter. So I don't really feel comfortable lighting a fire if it snows or rains. But right now, doesn't look like that's going to be happening. Well, I'm just going to quickly explain how it works, I suppose. The underneath layer, which is just these sticks here, just the framing, just to hold everything up. The pine needles are pretty much here to kind of give a bit of insulation, but also they act as a netting to stop the leaves from falling down through the actual walls. And the leaves are the proper insulation. And so that will probably hold in a little bit of heat if I can figure out how to block off the door here. Man, I only had my fingers out of those gloves for a second and it's chilly. Something I might do now, just quickly, is with your wrists. You can rub your wrists together like that, and that warms up the blood going into your fingers. It's not very quick working, but it works eventually. Like in the next 5 to 10 minutes, my hands really will feel warmer. I could have hand warmers. Could be using some, but didn't really feel necessary. I haven't needed to use them yet. Even when I did go camping out in the snow. That was cold, but I didn't need to use any hand warmers, so I'm just going to quickly chuck my gloves back on. And I hopefully will feel the benefit of doing that in the next 5 to 10 minutes. The question I'm going to answer for you guys now is, can I get in the hut? It is a bit small in there, so I'm going to have to take off my medical bag and probably my knife as well. If you can still hear me, it actually works really well. And keeping that wind off me definitely makes it feel warmer. I can actually feel a draft by my ankles, and I think that's because there's a bit of a hole there. So I might need to hop out, grab some more leaves and just pile them on top of the hut. But otherwise, this kind of hut's a very big success. It works really well because it's really small, therefore I have to heat up less space to keep myself warm. Hardly any space in here, it can really only fit me and maybe a couple bits and pieces beside me, but this will be really quick and easy to heat up. Oh, well, the hut just fell down a little bit. I'm still pretty much holding it up though, so if I can kind of maneuver myself around. Oh, I see, look at that. Here. Fuck that up again. No, but that actually works okay. If I just put a little bit more time, maybe another 45 minutes, into getting some leaves around here and just chucking them on top of the hut, I think we'll have a pretty warm hut for the night. But I'm going to turn you off because you run out of power very quickly in the cold. Okay, I'm going to need to get some firewood just in case it does snow. Therefore I can light a fire. Be good to have one anyway, but I mean, I can't light it on this stuff. This is paper. So, I'm going to need to go cut down a tree. Or a dead one. I don't even think I need a fire now. I can just cut down all these trees. And that one was dead anyway. So I've just gone around and collected some standing dead wood for a fire in case I do make one. I've got the standing dead stuff that was actually standing a bit like it is now and not lying on the ground like that one there. Because This one's going to be less waterlogged because it's had less surface area for the snow and the rain to land harder. So I'm just going to leave that stuff there behind me for the case that I might use it if it snows or rains or something. I've heard a few woodpeckers in this forest. I think that's a woodpecker hole right there, but this tree looks like it might have moved out a while ago. Can't really see the sun, but it's pretty much just where my finger is. It's just gone 3 o'clock, so the sun's going to set soon, within the next hour and a half or so. I'm at the top of a tree right now. Ooh, it's kind of scary. I've really seen the forest from above before, but it just goes on and on. Infinite. It's a pretty cool view from up here. Oh, shit. I honestly forgot that wind existed. Wow. I'm willing to bet that these holes here are also woodpecker holes. There goes the sun now. I didn't bring a torch with me apart from the camera's torch, so get back to camp now. Oh, can we see it? There we go. Yeah, that's the moon. Something I can do. I'm gonna leave my axe just inside there so I can reach that if I need to. I haven't really seen any big animals out and about. Sure, it's a little bit cramped in here, but it does the job. As long as I don't want to move around too much, the whole thing won't fall on top of me in the night. If anything happens in the night, I'll probably let you know. Other than that, yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Basically, I did move around a little bit too much, and this piece did come down and fell down here on my chest, so I just pushed it up. I've actually got no idea what time it is, to be honest, but I think it's quite late. I'll have to check. Oh yeah, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. So far the shelter's been okay. It's not actually too cold. As soon as I turned the camera off last night, I stopped moving and it got quite cold. But I've been able to live through it because I've got like a layer of leaves on the bottom of the shelter, so that's been keeping me off the ground slightly. It hasn't started snowing yet, so I'm starting to feel doubtful. If anything else happens in the night, I'll let you know. Now I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I am awake. It was very cold last night, but I'm still alive. Just woke up to some snow this morning. I think the best thing for me to do is probably get up and move around.
I think it stopped recording when I climbed out. It's chilly. Cold enough for the camera to want to stop, but basically what I've created here is literally just a big fat sleeping bag with lots of insulation. It's not really much of a shelter, it's more just a massive sleeping bag. Yeah.
Just take a moment to point out my firewood. It's still standing up like this.
That will help it stay drier compared to something that's lying on the ground. like that one there.
Okay, let me get my knife.
Okay, well, this is pretty much me hut. It's kind of falling down now, but you know what, I'm gonna let that happen. See, the beams are falling a bit here. So, yeah, I'm gonna get going now. I will say one thing. The snow changes everything. I don't really recognize much right now.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it to the point where you liked it, you should also consider subscribing.